Mhm.
Hello, everybody. What's going on? We are super excited to have another rock star realtor out of Atlanta, Georgia. Dawn has been kind enough to join us today and share about all the nuances about being a realtor in Atlanta. So, welcome, Dawn.
Thank you so much for having me, Roxanne. I'm happy to be here.
Nice to have you as well. So I am really excited to learn about Atlanta, Georgia. But before we go there, would you mind telling us about yourself and about your business?
Yes, happy to do so. So I am a realtor. I have been in real estate for 7 years now, and I'm with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Georgia Properties. That's the only brokerage I've been with in my career. And before that, I was in corporate America for about 19 years. And that career kind of spanned everything from the beauty industry and then into marketing and sales operations. So I was able to take a lot of those skills that I learned in corporate America and bring them to real estate.
So what made you get into real estate?
I think I needed a change of scenery. Being in, the corporate world for as long as I had been, I wanted to do something different. And real estate was always something that had just kind of, pulled at me. And I kept on kind of pushing it aside, saying, no, no. And then finally, it just felt like it was the right time to do it. So 7 years ago, got my license and jumped right in, and I haven't looked back since.
You haven't looked back since. Well, that's really really good. That means that you're a talented realtor if you are still at it and still doing it. So tell us what about being a realtor that you like? How was it that in an industry where it's really tough for agents to survive, how did you make it happen, and how were you able to thrive in it?
Sure. I feel like the brokerage that I'm with has been really instrumental. From the get go, my broker paired me up with another agent who was more seasoned to really mentor me. And we just are a very close knit family here, and everyone was always willing to, you know, teach me new things, to share their experiences. So I learned a lot from my peers, which was super helpful. I don't know how you do it any other way.
Yeah, absolutely. You're right. So being able to use other people to teach you has helped. And how do you generate your business? How do you stay in business these days?
Sure. A lot of it is, people that I know, my neighbors. And then, of course, I've had a lot of referred business from clients that I've worked with before. So whether, it's family and friends or their neighbors, I have found that that has worked quite well for me. And then, I'm involved in several different organizations, and I tend to work with people that are in those organizations as well. So it's worked well for me.
So basically, being involved in the community and putting yourself out there in front of the community, that's been helpful for you as well.
Absolutely.
And are you basically um, a one person realtor? Do you have anybody else that you're working with? Do you have a team? How is your structure set up?
Sure. I am a solo agent. I do have a transaction coordinator that I work with. And then we have support staff here with my brokerage that I lean on quite a bit. And then we have a really great marketing department. So I'm able to lean on them quite a bit to help me with my marketing materials and whatnot. So even though I'm a solo agent, I do feel like I do have a team surrounding me with that support.
With the support that you're getting?
Mhm.
Okay, so I'm really excited about learning about Atlanta. What can you tell us about your city and what type of properties are you selling and you know tell us more about Atlanta.
Atlanta. I think Atlanta is the best city. I am a native, so born and bred here. Atlanta is huge. It's one of those cities that doesn't have any constraints, like a lot of other cities do, where they've got water, so they can't expand anymore. So we're a lot like Dallas, where we just continue to grow and grow and grow. And so within the metro Atlanta area, there are a lot of cities. And so where I focus most of my business is in the northern suburbs. So that would be Sandy Springs is where I grew up, East Cobb, Marietta, Roswell, Alpharetta, and Woodstock are areas that I mainly focus in. And at one point or another, I've lived in all of them. So I know them pretty well. And oh, you're pulling up a map here. So let's see. Oh, you're in San Diego right now. Got to move east. But Atlanta is just a wonderful city. I think we attract people from all over the country, but especially from the West and then from the Northeast. We have a lot of migration of people that are coming to the Atlanta area. You know,
oh my, you're like in the middle. I didn't realize. Oh, there's no water around you.
No, there isn't. There isn't. So it's about, well, 4 hours you can get to Savannah. So that's kind of the closest water, Savannah and Tybee Island. But yeah, we're kind of right there, the kind of north part of the state. If you want to just kind of, yeah, zoom in a little bit more. One great thing about Atlanta is that we have all 4 seasons. So even though we're in the South and we do have, you know, hot summers, we have, you know, a nice fall. We have the leaves that change. If you go up to North Georgia, you can see the leaves change and go and pick apples. We've got a beautiful spring. That's how my parents moved here from Michigan, is because they happened to come by during the spring, and the flowers and the greenery. It's just gorgeous, the weather. And we do have a winter, believe it or not. So, you know, on occasion we do get snow, but it does get cold here. So people get to experience all the different seasons here, where that's something like you wouldn't find in Florida. Even though people love Florida, it's just hot all the time. So that's something that is a great feature. We also, you know, we have a very busy airport, very large airport. So if you want to go anywhere, Atlanta is a great city to be based out of, because you can get anywhere very easily.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I've been to, I have not been to Atlanta, the city, but I have been to the airport many, many times. Yeah.
Yes, many times, especially if people are coming from smaller cities, they have to connect through Atlanta. So yes, they'll spend time in our very large airport. And then also, you know, we have a lot of entertainment here. We have amazing restaurants. People are very surprised when I've had friends come here from other states that have never visited before. They're like, the food is so good, and it really is. We also have tons of sports. If you're a sports fan, we have the Braves, we have the Falcons football team, we have hockey. I mean, we have everything. So, you know, there's a lot to do, and it's just a really fun city.
So tell us about the neighborhoods. You were naming a couple of different neighborhoods. Tell us
yes. more. Okay, so you'll want to scroll to the north. There you go. So you can kind of see Atlanta is surrounded by, it looks like a circle. That highway is called 285, and it's known as the perimeter. And a lot of my business is north of that perimeter.
Oh, like here?
Yes.
Okay.
So that's where you'll see.
That looks like fun.
So that's where you'll see, just north of the perimeter, you'll see Sandy Springs, and then it'll go into East Cobb and Roswell, Alpharetta. And then when you head a little west, a little northwest, is Woodstock in Cherokee County. So they're very popular areas because they are suburban. So you have some more space. And, you know, some nice planned neighborhoods that have a lot of amenities like a pool and tennis courts. And so they're very desirable areas, and also really great school districts.
So are they, is Atlanta pretty much green, or is it
Mhm.
woody? Is it woody and green? I see a Morgan Falls. I assume
Yes.
there's some waterfall over there.
There's a dam there.
Oh,
But yes, it's a very green area. In fact, it's always funny, even if you're in the city, if you go up in a skyscraper and look out the window, you will just see trees. And people are always surprised. They're like, even in the city, there's still just so much greenery. But that's nice. It just, to me, it's nice to have that much nature, even in the city.
yeah. Wow, this looks gorgeous. Marietta.
Yes. So Marietta, they've got a really fun. It's called the Marietta Square, and it's just that. It's a downtown square, and they've got great restaurants. They have lots of shopping, and in the summer and kind of throughout the year, they'll have different events there. Whether it's a farmers market or they'll do some free concerts there in the summer. They have one event where they do. Artists will come out and do chalk drawings on the sidewalks, and they're really, really cool. So that's a great area. Marietta is a lot of fun. And there's also, if you look at Roswell, Alpharetta, and Woodstock, all have downtown, a downtown street where there's lots of restaurants, lots of shopping, and it's just fun. And those are very desirable areas to live close to, especially if you can live within walking distance of those main streets. That's what people want to do because it's fun. It's like you can just walk to a restaurant and then come home, or a lot of them also will do events. There's one in Roswell called Alive After 5, and once a month, and it's usually April through October, they'll do, the restaurants are out there. You can get drinks, you can walk around. They'll close the street off to traffic. So it's really just like a big street party, and it's a lot of fun.
So which towns do you normally work in?
So I work a lot in Roswell, a lot in Marietta, and then I've been doing a lot of business in the last year in Cherokee County. So that would be Woodstock and Canton, which is even farther north. I don't know. Can you see there? There's Woodstock.
Wow, those look nice.
Yes, yes. So it's neat because these areas that have these downtown areas, they will have a variety of housing available. So you'll see condos and townhomes as well as single family homes. But for the most part in the suburbs, you're looking at single family homes.
So let's look at some prices. So,
okay.
So Marietta, oh my goodness, I can't believe these prices. 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 1330 square feet for 330,000. And this looks like a nice home.
It is a nice home.
Wow.
And I will say that, price points that are I would say below 500,000 are selling very, very quickly because we just don't have a whole lot of inventory when it comes to that entry level price point.
So something like this in our area, wow, that's a nice sized backyard. Something like this in our area, like, if this is in the middle of the city, would be about $1 million.
Yes.
So this is Marietta. So wow. So
that's farther west. I would say go a little more to the east, and you'll see the prices do jump up. And I can't, let me see.
So Marietta.
If you go,
Peachtree Corners.
Oh, Peachtree Corners. So that's Gwinnett County. And so they'll have some more reasonable prices over there. But if you from there, if you want to head west a little bit, and you'll find Roswell. Oh no, not that far.
Roswell, you said?
Yeah, Roswell. So go up a little bit. Okay, there we go. There's East Cobb.
Okay.
That's where I do a lot. East Cobb area.
Uh-huh.
There you go.
Okay. Oh.
So that would, yes. I would say a lot of what I'm seeing in the suburbs that I work is more in the 6s and up.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
But this is a 3,300 square foot house.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it's still got a lot of space. It's got a good sized lot.
Oh, actually, it's 3,595, so it's almost 3,600 square feet house, and it shows beautifully.
Yeah.
Wow. What a difference. What a difference.
It is a difference. And then if you want to, let's see. Yeah, if you come down a little right where you are. So there's Woodstock. Yes, you can click on Woodstock. Okay, so that's a townhome.
Okay, let's look at a townhome. So now I'm looking at Woodstock, and Woodstock seems to be more expensive than Marietta.
Yes, Woodstock has become very popular.
Okay.
And also, you know, some of these cities are very big. So Marietta is a very big area. And so there are different area or different parts of Marietta that are different price points. So I would just say if you're interested in the Atlanta area at all, it's really important to, you know, talk to a realtor and, you know, look at these different neighborhoods because the prices really can vary quite a bit from neighborhood to neighborhood.
Wow, but this is beautiful.
Wow,
look at wow.
So that's a nice planned community, and it has a lot of amenities there, it looks like some green space and
yeah, exactly. Beautiful area, and also the realtor that has this has done a good job representing the neighborhood with all the pictures.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Well, and I'm sure you've seen that too, where you are. Like, it's really imperative to have our listings, you know, as much information as you can out there, great pictures, floor plans are even better so that people know exactly, you know, what are they looking at and is this going to be a good fit for them?
Yeah, absolutely. So let's talk about what because our industry is a little bit under attack, and so what do you think about about what's being said about, okay, you know, you can just go on Zillow and find this house, and you don't really need a realtor. You can just, wow, look at this, 2.8 million.
Yeah.
I'm floored to see this. So what do you think about that sentiment? Can real estate be done without a realtor?
I mean, anything's possible, right? But do you want to do that? Is that a good idea to do that? You know, I always think of it like you can represent yourself in court, but any attorney is going to tell you that's a bad idea, you know, and for a variety of reasons. You know, a real estate agent is like if someone's going directly to Zillow and they're interested in seeing a home, well, they're seeing that home, it's listed by an agent. So right off the bat, you're at a disadvantage because they have a real estate professional on the seller side. So that's the first thing. Secondly, sure, you know, put an offer on it, but then what happens if you need to make changes, if you need to negotiate, you don't have those skills to negotiate effectively for yourself. And, that other agent, not only do they have those skills, but they've got a whole brokerage behind them, right? Like they've got resources, they have a closing attorney, if they have problems, they have all these people they can go to, whereas you're going to be out there by yourself. You don't want to do that. That's not a good idea. So you definitely want representation, so that your interests are being looked out after, and to make sure that you are getting the best deal. But also, we've seen, and I don't know about in your market, but we still have limited inventory. So homes are going under contract quickly. They're getting multiple offers, but also we're seeing terminations happen because they're going so fast. How are you going to handle that?
Yeah, exactly. So no, I totally agree with you. And like you said, I like the fact that you say you don't go to court without representation. Why would you go alone when you are doing a purchase of the most important thing in your life, or the biggest purchase that you make in your life? Why would you do it alone? So
exactly.
Yeah, good points. Well, those of our viewers that are thinking of buying or selling in Atlanta, Georgia, and so there is the contact information for Dawn, and you can also email her. There's her email address, and also she's on Facebook. There's her Facebook handle, and she's also on Instagram. There's her Instagram handle. And so thank you so much, Dawn, for joining us today. Anything else that you'd like to share with our audience before we say goodbye to them?
Just thanks so much for listening in. And if I can ever help you in the Atlanta area, please reach out. I would love to do so. And like I said, again, Atlanta is a really big area. If I can't help you in the certain area of Atlanta that you want to be in, I can put you in touch with someone who can.
So thank you again for joining us, and audience, we really appreciate you being here and watching our show. If you are thinking of buying or selling in San Diego, there is my phone number, and then also there's my website. And if you like email better, there's my email. I also, like Dawn, like to hang out on Instagram and Facebook. There's my Instagram handle and Facebook handle. So thank you so much for joining us, and have a beautiful day. And if you are watching our show on YouTube, please give us a thumbs up. That helps our ratings to increase, and for us to share this with more audiences and more viewers. So thank you for joining us, and give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel so that we can get more viewership and service you better. And Dawn, thank you again for joining us, and have a beautiful evening.
You too. Thanks so much, Roxanne. This is great.